So, Tony, tell me about the beginnings of Tony V doing comedy.
It was back in the '80s, and the clubs had just started up,
Yeah,
and you know, I started going to comedy clubs because I always liked it and stuff like that, and then I just gave it a shot one time. I became buddies with some of the people that ran the clubs and whatnot, and they needed someone to introduce people, and they gave me a few minutes, and it was very awful, and I didn't want that to be my only experience, so I just kept coming back,
right, right.
until I got it right, which took about 15 to 20 years. But you just keep coming back and finding out who you are. But it
You know,
was
I
much
see
easier then.
I see so many comedians. It's funny, and they just keep getting better because they keep. It's you never learn everything, and
No,
also it kind of being honest about yourself on stage. What is honest about you changes.
right. Of course, what you find funny and what your experience is. You know what I mean? If I
Yeah.
was doing the jokes I was doing back in 1983, that something would be wrong.
Oh, I'm tired of living with my parents.
Yeah.
My apartment is small. I
Oh,
hate
right.
the taste of ramen
I wish I could
noodles.
find someone to date.
Yeah. So I'm single now.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. It's all that. Hey, how about those discount airways? It's
And
like,
that's the old thing where people, and I don't even know if they're still saying this, but it used to be everybody in the industry said, we're looking for someone with a point of view. That was like the knee jerk
right,
response
right,
to what are
right.
you looking for? Because they don't know what they're looking for.
Right, but then when you had a point of view, knowing it took a while for people to catch up to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I suffered greatly for that because I stuck to my guns. I have a very funny story about you know uh, when I was living in New York for a time, and I had passed at the Catch a Rising Star, but the comic strip wouldn't pass me. I could do late nights and stuff like that. There was this guy, and
Lucian.
Lucian Hall, yeah,
Yeah.
and he wouldn't. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Uh,
I had the
I,
same experience.
I was working everywhere else, and then I did my first Conan O'Brien, and he started using me as an example of a guy who, he stuck to his guns. He wouldn't, listen to anybody else. He does what he wants. It's, the perfect how you should be. And come and I go, I've been here, 5 years. You haven't passed me.
Yeah.
And now I'm your buddy. It was
He
easy.
uh he said to me, uh, we need to hear you talk about your ethnic background and all this stuff. So I was desperate to get. I wrote this whole thing about being Irish American,
Right.
and then I
And,
did it, and I got good laughs. And he goes,
right.
"Jim, no one cares that you're Irish." I was like, I didn't care either. You're the one who told me to write
You're the
this
one.
stuff.
You're the one who told me. You're the one who
I
brought
never talked about that in my life. I never
it.
will again. Just do what you told me to do.
I don't. Yeah,
It's
this
the
is
only
why
ethnic
you.
background I have.
Right.
What am I supposed to? You know what's tough about being Cuban American? I didn't have,
I
like
don't know. I don't know because I'm not.
I'm not.
You'd have to ask a Cuban American that. I don't know.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
but I mean, but it was, and I'd suffer that a lot. And then I went out to L.A. and it was the same. It was the same kind of thing. You know what I mean? Where people go, yeah, he's funny, but we don't know what to do with him. He's just funny.
You had a
You
small
know?
part in a good story I have. I worked the last weekend of the Improv in Boston
Oh yeah.
with Rocky Laporte.
Oh, I love rock. Yeah.
Great guy. Now Rocky is got a Letterman audition, and he's got kids and everything. He's like, and the rumors are out
Oh,
the club is
cool.
going to close.
Hey, we
Huh?
were we were up at Catch Rising Star.
Yeah. This I didn't even really know you that well then.
Right. Right. Right.
But so Rocky, I'm the opening act, and I gave
Right.
him my card. This is how I had business cards and 3 minutes of material.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so I gave him one. So he calls me, and he was promised, look, it's not really closing; it's all rumors. Well, of course,
Right.
they closed the club, and Dick Doherty won't pay him,
Right.
and Bud Freeman won't pay him. They're fighting
Right.
over who owes what, and
Right. Right.
everybody clams up.
Right.
They won't even pay for the hotel he's in. So he calls me and he's like, I don't even know, I don't have money, and I got a flight and I got no money, and so I have an old 4-door Chevy Nova.
Right.
And I said, dude, are you facing the street? And he says, yeah. I go, okay, I'm going to pull up. You open your window. I'm going to open the trunk. You just come running out with your bags, throw them in, and I'm going to punch it. We're going to get. So that's what we did. He slept on my floor.
Right.
The
So
next
wait, so he bailed on the hotel.
on the hotel. He ran out. He didn't have the money to pay it.
Right.
And I didn't either. So it was
Right.
like, so I said, if you have
And you
gas,
didn't know him.
just from that weekend, he was the
Right.
closer and I was the opening act.
Okay, right.
So I drove to New York. He paid for the gas and tolls.
Right.
And then you were sitting there, and he had maybe the worst Letterman set I've ever seen in the history of the universe.
Rocky Laporte is a very, very funny guy.
He's one of my favorite actors in the country. But here's the thing: he's Italian. He's in character a little bit. And there was 4 guys from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
In an empty room who talked just like him and didn't get the character.
Right.
And you were sitting there. I was like, hey, "That's Tony V from Boston."
Right.
You know? I was so excited to see you there that I knew someone in New York.
And Rocky, this is the thing, and this is the thing I remember about that story in New York when you drove down with him. Is he literally walked in the building, walked on stage, ate it, and then walked out of the building.
Yeah, he walked out. We walked to my car.
Right.
No,
right.
we were driving home, and the first 18 minutes of our drive was silence.
Right.
And I have no air conditioning. I think it was the summer. We had the windows open. I had an AM radio. That's how old the Nova was.
Yeah.
And so we're just about to get on the Merritt Parkway, and I said, "Hey, Rocky, are we going to talk about how bad you just ate it?"
Right.
And we both got hysterical laughing. I go, "Not only are you not going to be on the Letterman show, I go, I don't even think you should watch it for a while." And we got like silly laughing about it.
Right.
We were making up examples of how bad.
Laugh those off. Because the thing I remember about that was I got another audition from that audition.
Oh, were you on that audition?
I was on that audition.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, I had already been on, and I never got Letterman, but I had another audition from that audition for them to come and see me again, and then they blew me off.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And that one was at Stand Up New York, and it's like a move I've never seen since, where the producer of the Letterman show had to walk past me to get to the door. So there's no way to avoid me. You know what I mean? I'm standing in the aisle at the bar, and he literally walks up to within, a foot of me, turns his head and goes, "Oh yeah, no, I'll be right back," to nobody, pivots around me so he doesn't make eye contact, and then continues out the door.
Wow.
So I completely did a waltz number to get out the door.
Oh my gosh.
And I said to Carrie Fishman, I go, "What do I lose if I just go punch him in the face right now?"
You have a great story.
Right. I go, "I lose nothing." Right? "Oh, please don't. Please." I'm just saying. You saw it. And he shook his head,
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you got to suffer. We suffer a lot in this business, and you can't take it all that seriously. You got to have a good laugh at it, or you go nuts.
You have I don't know. I might hold you over to the next thing because you got a great heckler story I want to get out of you.
Which one is
about
that?
you and Bobcat?
Oh, the
Skinnerd.
The Skinnerd. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. You got a 3-minute story for me?
I can do that one in 3.
Okay, let's hear it.
I guess I was working down south. We're in an outdoor arena. It was Bobcat Goldthwait, myself, and what's his name? No, it's not going to be 3 minutes.
Remember the name will be 4.
Yeah. Monday Night Football. Very popular. Anyway.
Oh, Miller. Dennis Miller?
Yeah, Dennis Miller.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I've opened for a bunch of times.
Okay.
And we're working this big arena down south, and it was I was emceeing, and Dennis Miller and then Goldthwait was going on, and Goldthwait's in the middle of a set, and it's been going great,
Right.
And you're down south, and these guys start yelling at him. Yeah, Skinner, Leonard Skinner, woo, Skinner, yeah, woo. And it keeps up and nothing. And Goldberg's going through a set, and then finally he goes, "Listen, you Southern crackers, Leonard Skinner's dead. If they were here, they couldn't come up. They're dead. They died in a plane crash. They're as dead as can be. They're not going to ever be alive again. They're dead. Dead. Must have been 40 back." And what he doesn't see is the guys in the back going, no, they're out in the audience.
The survivors.
The survivors. Oh boy.
Oh my God.
And so finally, one of the band members from Skinner goes, "We're alive, man! Woo!" And the whole place is yelling Skinner, and they crawl up on the stage, and Goldberg just turns and drops his character completely and goes, "Tony, get the car."
I love that he drops because he had a character he did on
Yeah,
stage back then.
it was a very sad.
He went into survival mode.
Right,
He's like, these people are armed. We need to leave.
So I go to the guy, get the car, point it in the right direction, open the door, get me a towel. And,
I wrote a joke I've never done. It made me think of the South. I go, it's factually, music can change your mental attitude. And I said I got beat up at a Willie Nelson concert, and now I don't like cowboy boots. I don't know. That's the only time I've ever told that joke. But
you're funny. It's very good.
All right. Do you have time to hang over for another segment, or I know you're busy?
Yeah. No, we'll be all right. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna come back. Tony V, tell us your social media.
It's TonyVComic.com is my website, and then you can like me on Facebook at Tony V, and on Twitter it's at Tony V Comic.
Awesome. And this is Boston Comedy Festival Radio and the McCue Report. And get a hold of, if you want a comedian like Tony V, call the Boston Comedy Festival. Or just go on the line. And everybody goes online. BostonComedyFestival.com. And I'm at JimMcCue.com. And I'm also on Twitter and Facebook. And I'm looking for work, for God's sakes. Hire me.
Yeah.
And I won't be doing these shows. I'll get out of my basement. I'll put pants on. And I think it's really the best thing for everybody. All right, we'll be right back with Mr. Tony V.